Ragtime is the foundation of American music, and I think a lot of people don't realize that.
People should know that this is the origins of all the music that we have in America today. Blues, jazz, country music, all of it started with ragtime. It was a message of a people who were, I don't know, I'm quoting a friend of mine, a caged bird that was freed. You could feel the freedom in the music at the time. African American people were going through a period after slavery from late 1860s through the 70s when the music was really starting to be developed. You can hear that in the music, so you can hear that freedom, that looseness, the rhythm, but it was also a mixture of other sounds, I guess, that was being heard, that African American people heard at that time. You can hear like church music, you hear like the waltzes, European waltzes, you hear all this in it, but what the African American people were doing, they were adding syncopation into it, which was making it totally different. Like take a piece like Bethina by Scott Joplin, and it's really it's an African waltz. From the top note leading into Bethina, it's already Scott Joplin lets you know it's different. It's not just a typical waltz; it's a syncopated waltz. It's a melting pot of different influences. I would say you have a lot of the African rhythms, and you have the march, the European march, which was very key in ragtime. The African rhythms were translated through the clave, which would actually be what makes it ragtime, is the syncopation. Then you have the Latin harmonies and melodies. All this is put in one time, and eventually it transformed into what was called jazz.
Raisin Ragtime Revue hires musicians that share that mission of celebrating American history and music, and they are fine musicians. Probably the #1 thing that we're trying to get is a sense of style, because if ragtime doesn't have the right style, it's not exciting. It corresponded with a great dance era. It has to have, people refer to ragtime as having a certain lilt or swagger. And if it doesn't have that style, it's not going to mean anything to me.
I don't know, it's magic. They're a group of great musicians. I simply put it that way, great musicians, and they know, and I think William Pemberton really understands the music and how it should be played.